The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the March 19th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstances of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this, during this next 53 minutes, I am here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. I'd love to hear from you at 877-927-6648. But look, if you've got a question and you can't call in, we've got you covered. You can send me an email. Send that off to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside the subject heading, if you'd be good enough to put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside the Tigers Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got a mixed bag out there. The mix goes like this. You got the Dow up 151, the S&P's up 4, the NASDAQ 100 down 97, Russell's up 3, semis down 103. The trannies are up 54. The New York Stock Exchange is up 16. Gold is off $8. Silver's down 17 pennies. Light sweet crude is up 59 cents. Natural gas up a nickel. 30-year Treasury up 11 ticks. And our leaders in the clubhouse to the upside are Fusion Pharmaceuticals, $10 move, 97%. Holy shnikes out there. That is one heck of a move. I hope everybody's got a million shares or two. If you don't have it up that, maybe you want it up Synopsis. No, it's only up $10, but that's a 2% move. 97% move. What did they cure? CBR Partners is also up $7 or 12%. Crinetics Pharmaceuticals, $6, 16%. Cadence Design, about $6, a 2% move. Our Shakers, to the downside, a buyout. Thank you very much, Dan. MicroStrategy, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, hello, Stevie. Yeah, you ought to think about something before you say it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. If we take a look at MicroStrategy, they're trading down 230 points. That's a 15% move, 11% for Super Micro, 4% for Monolithic Power Systems. Broadcom down a little over less than 2%. KLA Corp is off nearly 3%. That's a $19 move to the downside. NVIDIA's off $17, about a 2% move there. So where do we want to begin today? You know where we want to begin? Let's begin by moving over to the white background charts. If you give me a moment to do that, I just want to take a look at the intraday charts out here, or a couple intraday charts. We'll look at those for the NQ first, I believe. So momentarily, we'll get those charts, the white background charts, popped up on your screen, and we can follow along. So we take a look at this set of charts here. You've got the daily time frame on the left-hand side. As we pop open the daily time frame, what you and I will notice is that it does have a wave number 7 top out there. That wave number 7 top was confirmed on March the 11th. So the NQ, the futures contract, does have a top. But more important than that at this stage here is the fact of how price handles the 18,026 level out there. So we've got an effective top, but so far what we can say in utilizing our profiles, these are the bear structure, this is slightly bear structured profile, is that price found support at that 18,026 level. And as long as that holds, it's just a counter trend move to the downside. If price gets below that, well, it would tell us that price should seek out 17,761, and you close below that, you get a profile change in trend out here. So that's what's going on in the daily time frame. Let's take a look at what's going on under the covers right now on a 30-minute basis. Just as we were coming on the air at 11 o'clock, it confirmed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. How does it do that? Well, one, the pattern gets stretched. When it gets stretched, and by the way, I teach everybody this pattern. You just have to subscribe to Mastering Probability, and there's a couple of videos out there that you'll see. In this case here, We've got the bullish reversal candle to confirm that bottom signal out there. Just getting a signal doesn't mean anything, but getting a bullish reversal candle, that tells you and I that the cavalry for that time frame is ready to defend its position out there. Now, the sellers on a 30-minute time frame are trying to defend their position. So this is a 30-minute bear structured profile. Resistance up at 18,144. It's actually a resistance zone. So the zone begins at 18,131. So between 18,131 and 18,144, that is the sell zone. And that tells us that if we see the NQ close above 18,145, certainly for 2 consecutive bars, that's going to suggest a further rally. Now, not looking at the other time frame charts to understand where the resistance levels are, that would then suggest a move up to 18,297. But we need to know what's going on around us. So let's go see what's going on in the 60 and let's take the 60-minute time frame chart. 60-minute time frame chart, price pulls all the way back, tests its breakout level at 18,063. You don't see a bottom pattern here. Well, getting back to a breakout level can be a bottom. So far, we've got to say that's the case. Now, what price is trying to do is take on a resistance area. This is the oscillator and change line, currently printed about 18,144. So let's just call it 18,147 for blanks and giggles. And if we get a close above that, that's going to suggest a move to the 18,252 level. That would be the bottom of its 60-minute profile out there. So we had the 30-minute say, well, you could get up to 18,297. And the 60-minute says you get up to 18,252. Watch that 18,145-ish level out there. It's called 18,1. Let's stick with 18,147. So that's what's going on when I take a look at the NQ. Now, the 2-hour time frame chart is the one that generated the real topping signal that, and I posted this inside the Tiger's Den yesterday, I believe. We had the TD9 count top, said, hey, beware. This took place. It was forming at 12 noon as I was getting off the show, and we knew that the pattern was going to complete by 2 p.m. Now what's transpired is that TD9 count has taken price all the way back to its breakout level, and that was at the 18,062. So we know really 2 things out here about the NQ. 18,062 and a quarter is a key level of support. If that fails, we head lower. We also know a key level of resistance to the TD9 count top, and that price is at 18,381. So at this stage here, I wouldn't be surprised, quite frankly, to see us trade between that entire range out there until we get the Fed minutes tomorrow at about 2 in the afternoon out there. So that's what's going on. We take a look at the NQ. We did have a question that came in the Tiger's Den asking if I could review what I reviewed yesterday in the NQ or the NASDAQ or what have you. And here's what I would say, because this is asking to explain about the topping signals that are out there. At least I believe that's it. So it could have been this set of charts that we were looking at, and this set of charts being the indice charts out here. I think we had these popped up on our screen yesterday. The top portion of the screen are the weekly time frame, the bottom portion of the daily. Each of these are indices that you and I can trade by ETFs, futures contracts. Not the stocks, that is. So if we take a look at the weekly time frame, what you should see out here are TD9 count tops across the board for all 3 of those. So that sets the weekly top marcus out there on for the weekly time frame. So it's going to be the high of that pattern out there. Only closing above those highs would negate that signal. Now, when we get a top, we know that price is just simply trying to push its way back to support. First level of support being the oscillator and change line. The Dow Jones on a weekly basis closed below that level last week. The S&P has not. The NQ is trading below that. When you trade below a green oscillator and change line, tells us that we've lost momentum. But if you look to the charts down below, you'll see the S&P cash index has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, just as the Dow Jones Industrials does, just as the NDX 100 does. The semis have a sell the D point pattern out there. So all 4 of these instruments, they have topping patterns on the daily, and they have topping patterns on the weekly. And that brings that NQ chart that we were taking a look at, that daily time frame, back into play. How are we going to know if this is anything of meaning out there? Well, I'd say the first place is that the NQ closes below the bottom of its daily profile. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of Basil's educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Attention all Opening Call subscribers. Next Tuesday, March 19th, Basil Chapman will be hosting a live 90-minute webinar for all subscribers. From 4 to 5:30 p.m., Basil will take subscribers through an educative journey, giving insight into how he will approach this volatile market. Basil Chapman's Opening Call newsletter has a 30-day money-back guarantee for all first-time subscribers, and all subscribers get access to his trove of webinar archives, so you have nothing to lose. Go to Newsletters tab of TFNN.com and sign up today. We'll see you March 19th. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Dow's up 167, S&P's off 4, NASDAQ 100 down 103, and the Russell is off just slightly. I've got the charts for the semiconductors up on our screen out here. This shows a multiple time frames. So on a monthly time frame upper left, you can see there's a potential that this would generate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, but we're still, a good 7-8 trading sessions away from the end of the month out there. The weekly, as we talked about during that last segment, did generate, or is going to complete a TD9 count topping pattern this week on Friday. And right now, price is below that green oscillator and change line. And if it does close below that, that suggests a further retracement. Doesn't mean that we'll go target 4,001.35. That door would be open. If that line was red, I would say that's what it would do out there. So if you look at the daily time frame is going to form bar number 6 today of a TD9 count. So that says that if the stocks is going to bottom, it could form a TD9 count. No guarantee that it will, but it could form a TD9 count between between Thursday and next Tuesday out here. If we look at the 195-minute time frame, this is going to be interesting for you to watch at day's end and certainly tomorrow. Why? Because there's 295-minute trading sessions in a day out there. That's the reason I use that time frame. We've got equally timed bars out here. So we can see that bar number 9 is going to complete at, 12:45? 12:45, and then the bar following bar number 9 at today's close. So that suggests that we at least should see some type of rally inside the semiconductors. So that rally should take us up towards that oscillator and change line for that time frame, the 195-minute chart. Right now that's printed out at 48.66. So we're expecting or anticipating to see at least some type of short-term bottom inside of the semis, perhaps by tomorrow morning or at the day's end out there. So I just wanted to be able to share that with you. Let's go and start taking a look at a couple of requests. We don't have many, so I would love to hear from anybody out there. You can always email me, Steve at TFNN.com. Of course, you can give us a call at 877-927-6648. That first request was for BBAI. So let's get those charts up on our screen out here. Take a look at BBAI. So today, what do we see out here? What do we see? The one thing that we see is that BBAI closed below its bullish structure daily profile back on the trade, and it did it with a gap to the downside back on March the 8th. It remains below that support level. Old support has become new resistance. We knew that on the trading day of March the 14th when price moved up there and found resistance at that area. Where is support? Support is at $1.92. $1.92 is its TD9 count breakout level. What we don't see here is any kind of a bottoming pattern, but let's remember, a bottom can form at the breakout areas out there. So 192 is a potential buy spot. If price were to close below that, then we would say that it would be at 158, the next TD9 count breakout area. So now we know that information about the daily. When we look at the weekly time frame chart, we can use some of that data. Well, some of that data shows that price is below a green oscillator and change line. That tells us that we could expect or anticipate a further retracement out there. And that retracement would likely take us back to the bottom of its new weekly profile, and that's at $1.89. So we have $1.89 on the weekly and $1.92 on the daily time frame. It looks to me, and the actual low that we saw so far today has been at 201. So we're not too far away from what is likely, not guaranteed, but what is likely to be at least a good bottoming area out there. And it's nice to have that daily and that weekly time frame kind of tie into an approximate similar number out there. So, Dan, that's what I see when I take a look at BBAI. I hope that helps you out. And as always, thank you so much for the request. We had a request to take a look at NVIDIA. NVDA, I apologize, I didn't write down the name of who requested that. They had their big shindig yesterday out there. What NVIDIA chart shows us is it shows us that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. And that formed a half a dozen plus days ago, is back on March the 8th out there. We also have a new profile that price is trading within. So odds would favor. We just got a little bit of a consolidation. Now price is trading into a little swing point from March the 11th. 67 million shares were done on that trading day. So far today, in less than 2 hours of trading, we're at 25 million. So we're moving into that swing point with volume. That would say to me that we should see price get down to test 841.66. And more likely, at least a spike down to support, which would be the bottom of that daily profile, and that's at 821. And that's what the daily time frame chart is telling us. How about the weekly chart? The weekly chart has a sell the D point pattern. It did that when it generated that bearish shooting star candle a couple of weeks ago. However, I caution that because if I fill in the gap, because it was both a gap up, when I say fill in the gap, what I really mean is this. If I were to do this, let me just get my rectangle tool out here. This is going to be, you're going to see that I'm not a very good artist. In fact, really not a good artist. See, I didn't even get that. So if I were to go ahead and just, that becomes filling in the gap. And if I just extend that candle, this day here, all the way down to this level, that candle would not be a bearish shooting star. So it's kind of questionable because we have the gap to the upside is a bullish candle. Shooting star is a bearish candle, but you have to fill in those gaps out there. So I don't really think in NVIDIA that for the weekly time frame, it's generated a topping pattern just yet. How about the monthly time frame? What do we have out there? We also do not have any kind of a topping pattern there. So it's just the daily, and it's just in a consolidation pattern out there. Again, support 821.60, resistance up at the 935 level out there. Let's go out to Ron in Denver. Hey, Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you this morning?
Great, Steve, and thanks for the suggestion there on Thursday. I got out of my soybeans and made some money, and so I appreciate your advice on that.
Good. Glad to help.
This morning, Tesla looked like it hit a bottom that it did about a year ago or close to it, and so I sold the 90 puts for Friday. I bought the 87.5 to cover it. I got $1.10, so I'm risking $2.50. I just wondered for a short-term trade on Tesla, do you think we can hold above 90?
Tesla above 90. It's at 167, 171. Here's what I see when I take a look at the Tesla chart. So number one, yesterday price.
Sorry, I said 190. I meant 170.
What's
I
up? Okay.
apologize.
Yeah, no problem. So here's what we've got. Yesterday's candle formation on a daily time frame, Ron, generated a buy pattern. That was a Rhodes momentum indicator. And it also had a new profile that formed yesterday. And that profile support is at 167.22. That should be a pretty strong area of support out there, given the fact that this is a bottom. We saw Tesla this morning, in fact, move lower, and it got down to the level of 167.42. 167.22 is the bottom of that profile. So that's an area that I would watch, that 167.22. If price were to close below that, and it were to do it with more than 126 million shares, that would tell us that price is at least going to go test the lows for March 14th. And that would probably not work well for your trade out there. But right now, price is above its red oscillator change on the daily time frame, and it's dealing with two battle zones. The first battle zone, Ron, would be at 173.93, the center of its profile. And it looks like the center of that profile is pretty much in the center, so this doesn't lean bullish or bearish one way or the other. If you can get it close above 173.93, you should see a move up to the 180.63 level. That would be the top of its daily profile. Very intuitive of you. You had mentioned that Tesla had kind of bottomed out about a year ago. And if we pull up the chart here, it was May 19th on a weekly basis that began a TD9 count top. And prices pulled back to test that level of support, Ron, which is at 164.35. We had one slight close below it on last Friday, but we're back above it now. We're going to a break. Do me a favor, hold on. We'll come back. We'll continue taking a look at Tesla. What I'll try to do is get some of the intraday charts up for you and I to look at. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly Gold Report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, You choose the direction. Visit direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back up, folks. We're on the line with Ron in Denver, Colorado. We're taking a look at the intraday charts now for Tesla. And Ron's question is, will the 179 area hold? So, Ron, when I take a look at the 65 and the 130-minute time frame charts for Tesla, actually, now let me take a quick peek. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So on the low 160.76, 160.51. No, I take that back. Okay, so the only bottom signal that I actually have, confirmed bottom signal that I have out here is on the 65-minute time frame. And what this is going to do is this is going to help you understand where there is a resistance level. And that's at 179.12. So we've got a valid Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, price above that oscillator and change line and its profiles. And this is telling us that price should be able to get to that 179.12 level. It doesn't tell us whether it can take that out, but right now that's the message coming from that 65-minute time frame chart out there. That's about the best that I can do for you at this stage out here. So watch the daily profile at 167.22 as a support area on any moves lower. And I would also say, though, if price can clear this price level here, this is coming from the 30-minute time frame chart, if it can clear the high from 11:30 yesterday morning, that is 174.72. That'll suggest that you're going to have a further rally. So did you get a chance to write those numbers down on your pad of paper just so you can watch as prices moving one way or the other?
I wrote them down and I watch it, and I appreciate your comments.
Perfect. Okay. Hey, Ron, always good to speak to you. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, I know I'm about ready to take profit. A few weeks ago on RTX, Raytheon, they started getting some airport orders, so I bought some calls a couple weeks ago on 90 calls, and I'm still holding them.
Let's see here. Let's pull up RTX. Yeah, let's pull up. Let's go. We'll go ahead and pull up those charts for you, RTX, and see what see what they have to say for us. So it's going to take just a moment here for this to populate because of the things that I've got up. So okay, if you take a look at RTX, daily time frame looks good, Ron. And the reason I say it looks good is trading above resistance. The resistance of the profiles, the resistance of its oscillator and change line out there, and there's no topping pattern. And today had a gap to the upside. That's a bullish signal. The weekly time frame chart suggesting that price is going to take out a TD9 count top. The TD9 count top formed on February 9th. It closed this week on Friday above 92.81, says this has further to go. The further to go target that I would use is 104.91. So it looks to me like over time, that's a monthly time frame chart that I'm looking at, but the daily's saying I want higher, the weekly's saying I want higher. The only thing that gets in the way of moving higher would be some type of bearish reversal candle that would form on a daily time frame. There's a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that's present. If you did get a bearish reversal candle, that would say, okay, it's time for a timeout and to move back to a support level. But that's not the message right now, so good trade, and I don't see any reason to close that out at this stage of the game.
There was a company that, and the Raytheon had a problem. It cost them about $3 billion.
Okay.
They lost a market cap of about $27 billion. So it's recovering. They're starting to get orders again.
Yeah, it is. It is. Hey, Ron, good to speak to you as always. Thanks so much for the call, and we'll look forward to your next call, and best of luck to you on that Tesla trade.
Thank you, bye.
You bet. Yep, my pleasure. Let's take a look at, looks like SMCI is one that we want to get to. That came in from Marvin. Marvin's asking the question, where is support? So first we got to find it. Where did Stevie put it? Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so on a daily time frame, what we have out here is a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That was confirmed 3 days ago when a bear sash candle formed out here. Now we have price below its oscillator and change line, suggesting a further retracement. So volume today, is this thing at a gap down? Volume today is so far 5.8 million shares. It's going in towards an area that did 6 million shares. That's the swing point out here from February 28th. It looks to me, your question specifically, Marvin, was where is support? The answer to that's going to be 785.36 in the daily time frame. That is one level of support. That is the top of its daily time frame. 743.57 is the center. That could be another stop. And 701.79 could be another area. So we don't have a bottoming pattern. We do have a topping pattern on the daily time frame, and those are the areas of support. Those are the profile levels. Now, there's a possibility, Marvin, that a new profile would form tomorrow, and in fact, then we'd have some new support levels. But right now, that's it. The weekly time frame has got a TD9 count top that's going to complete this week. Its level of support is 822.68 or thereabouts. So what you would know is that if price is going to close below the weekly oscillator and change line, then you know that those daily profile levels are going to come into play out there. The monthly time frame chart, I don't have anything on. It could this month form a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out there, but we need to wait till the end of the month. So to answer your question, where is support? 780, well, I would say like this, 822 and change, 785.36, 743.57, and 701.79. So Marvin, thanks so much for writing in. I hope that helped to answer your question. Somebody wanted to take a look at FDX. It might have been Nicholas. I didn't write it down. My apologies, but let's go take a look at the charts for FDX out here. What do we see? We see a sell the D point pattern that formed out here on the trading day of March the 12th. And since then, price has pulled back. It's trading with inside a bearish structured profile out there. The support area here in FDX is 251.56. That's the daily oscillator and change line. Let me populate this weekly time frame chart. Don't know why it didn't, but we'll get those in there. Right now on a weekly basis, what this is signaling to you is price wants to move higher. Well, if it's going to move higher, and the reason it's signaling that to you is trade above the top of its profile. It's traded above the green oscillator and change line. Those are bullish conditions. So what we know here, it's the daily time frame that's really the fly in the financial ointment right now. And that fly in the financial ointment is up at 257.13, or that is one area. Even if you close above 257.13, you still have to negate the sell the D point pattern, and that requires a close above 258.21. So FDX on the daily, on the weekly, looks very bullish. On the monthly, it looks bullish and suggesting to move up to 270.95. You just end up, and even though you've got a daily top out there, hasn't broken any key levels of support out here. So that's what I see when I take a look at FDX. It did have a 2-day pullback. We take a look at its natural dance steps out here. So this has it hasn't proven itself since this gap to the downside out there. But you are in 2 days to the downside, typically a 2-day knee-jerk reaction. So this ought to move higher both today and tomorrow. Maybe it moves higher for a few days out there. So I hope that helps you out. That was Nicholas who wanted FDX. You also, I know Nicholas did want to take a look at Chewy. CHWY is the ticker symbol out there. When we take a look at Chewy, what do we know? What we know right now is that price is trading below its red oscillator and change line, closed below that yesterday, trading below it today. So that's the first thing we know. The second thing we know is we're trading below profile support. Those are bearish conditions. What else do we know? We know that price is testing a swing point that has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, a wave number 7 bottom out there, and that is a swing point from the trading session of February 23rd. Now, the volume on that swing point is 10.9 million shares. So far, in a little over 2 hours of trading, we've done 3.5 million shares. My mathematics says we are pulling into that swing point with similar type volume out there. But so far, we've rejected it. If you can reject this, that means close above 1578, do a less than 10.9 million shares out there. You'll have a test and rejection of a swing point on lighter volume. That would set up a battle at 17 and then 1736. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll come back and we'll finish off Chewy. Then we'll go take a look at LIT, Team, and SMR. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to finish taking a look at Chewy out here. This is for Nicholas. So on the weekly time frame, Nicholas, you've got a wave number 7 and a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom with price testing the weekly swing point from the trading session of February 23rd. Now, the volume on a weekly basis there was 36 million shares. We're only a day and a half into it, but we've done 11 million shares. So it's kind of some pretty significant volume. But you do have this support at 1639. Price is pulled back and it's found support with inside that weekly profile out there. The monthly chart has a TD9 count bottom, but it's still in place out there. So I understand being long, but right now you want to see a rejection of that swing point from February the 23rd. Let's go take a look at LIT. This is for SATP, who would like to add some shares or buy some shares. LIT is Global Lithium Battery. Okay, so this is interesting. Here, I'll change the screens out there. It just popped it up on my other screen out there just to see what this was, but not want to actually show you what it was I was looking at out here. So let's go take a look at it. And we just pop open this chart. You can see this is trading in between trend line resistance and trend line support. It's really gotten to that cone, so we should see a breakout. Now, the interesting thing about that pattern is that typically when you get a breakout, that breakout gives you a measured move. And that measured move would be, let me just find a tool out here, would basically be about this length between, you measure between the two trend lines out there. So whichever way this breaks, you've got to move the equivalent, not like an overnight trade, but between about $39 all the way up to $40. So a $10 move is what this is telling us once this cone gets broken out there. Now let's go back to the white background chart, see if there's any signals out there. I don't see anything on a daily time frame, but let's take a quick peek, make sure. So when I take a look at this, right now you got price trading with inside its profile out there. And that profile ranges from 43.60 at support and up at the high where we're trading into right now at 45.73. You've also got another resistance level that did try to get taken out. It was taken out for one day. That was it at 46.59. So price can close about 46.59 for 2 sessions out there. So you're looking to enter here. What you really need to do, Sat, is probably start looking at some intraday charts and looking for some type of the next bottom signal. As an example, here on this 30-minute time frame chart, a TD9 count pattern completed at 10:30 in the morning. That was back on the 15th. out there. So I'd be looking for something like that. On this 30-minute time frame chart with the pullback, I don't have any such bottom pattern as we speak right now. That's what I would do with a daily chart that looks like it does at this stage here with no real bottom. It really did bottom, formed an island bottom. But because this is probably, this looks like a lot of gaps, so this must be a currency issue here. So I'd really have to investigate LIT. The weekly time frame chart consolidation right now inside its profile, and I don't see a bottom on the monthly chart. So monthly chart is actually suggesting that this wants lower price over time. So I'd just be careful with regard to LIT. You also want to take a look at TEAM. TEAM is the ticker symbol. So let's get that up on our screen out here. And TEAM right now is testing what on a daily time frame? Trade below profile, trade below red oscillator and change line. It's testing a breakout area. That breakout area is at 193.02. Now, if you're an aggressive trader set, this is an area where you could go ahead and take some shares. Again, getting back to a breakout level can be a bottom. Let's see if we can find any more evidence that that is likely the outcome. Well, on a weekly basis, you're going to get bar number 8 this week out here. So you could get a TD9 count bottom. In order to get that, this week needs to close below, on Friday, needs to close below 204.44. And then next week on Friday, price must close below 209.20. If you do that, if you get that, you're going to have a TD9 count bottom inside of TEAM. Maybe what you want to do here is wait for the weekly pattern to form and then come back and take a look at entering some shares out there. So, but the daily says this could be a time, so maybe you put in a few now. So I hope that helps you out, Sat. And as always, thanks so much for that request. Request came in to take a look at the ticker symbol SMR. So let's go see what that is doing out here. SMR trading right now at about $6.78. It formed a TD sequential signal 2 days ago. That requires a close below a bar 4 bars earlier, 1, 2, 3. So we could be getting a confirmed TD sequential top today, but you got to watch support. So that first level of support is at the area of $6.70, or the next level of support is $6.70. Below that, you're looking at a move between $4.58 and $5.77 out there. On a weekly time frame, I don't have anything other than that 794 is a real key level of resistance out there. That's a TD9 count breakdown area. So it looks to me like this is watch that 670 area. If you get below that, that definitely suggests lower price. Let's take a look at Jack, 77 Jack, wanted to take a look at ticker symbol MSTR. Now, I don't think I have that up on our screen. Oh, we do. Perfect. So now we take a look at this. I didn't write down what you were looking for. I'm just going to give you the overview that I see out here on a daily time frame. Yesterday was a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It was also a confirmed wave number 7 top. Today, price has gapped down inside its profile, and it's trading below the center of that profile. This was a bearish structured daily profile out there, Jack. And when you and the level that, and it's still by a day's end, so I don't know where the close is going to be. And it's really about the close, not the intraday session out here. If price can close back above 330.64, we're below that right now, that would actually suggest the move is just a counter trend move to the downside. When you close below the center, though, what that really tells us is that price should go target the bottom. That's at 1108. So that's what the daily time frame suggests. The weekly time frame, I don't have a top out here, so it's going to rely upon the daily to decide what it's going to do. The monthly time frame, I don't have a top out here, other than to say that what MSTR did was it has still respected the TD9 count top that formed back in February of 2021. You need to see a close, or this needs to see a close above that high. That high is at 13.15 even Steven. We're at 13.22 right now. If it can close above that, it negates that signal and suggests longer term we should see higher price. But right now, in the short term, it looks to me like price wants to go target that 1108 area. So hope that helps you out. You also had written down Bitcoin. So let's go take a look at the Bitcoin futures out here. If you give me a moment, we'll pull that up, although I don't know which contract I've got in my system. We're going to find out here momentarily. We've got the March contract, and probably we are rolling into April, but we can still take a look at this and get some information on this. If we go to the, where do we want to start here? Let's start with the 30-minute time frame chart. 30-minute time frame chart has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern, but it never generated the bullish reversal candle. That's okay. Now we still have a piece of information, which is price is beginning to trade above the top of that 30-minute profile. That's at 64,127. 2 consecutive closes above that is going to suggest a move up to 66,180. That's the 30-minute chart. The 60-minute chart does have a Rhodes Momentum momentum indicator bottom, or appears that it will form that at 12 noon. That says that the next level of resistance for Bitcoin is up at 64,601. Again, this is the March contract that we're looking at. TD9 Cal bottom is going to form, well, it could form on the 120-minute time frame, but you know, we're bar number 8 right now. Bar number 8, that requires a close below, hold on, a close below 64,900. Now, bar number 9, though, is going to require a close below 64,450, which would say that price has got to pull back. And that's not the signal we're getting from the 30 and the 60 minutes. So I don't think the 120-minute chart is going to go ahead and confirm a TD9 Cal bottom, but the 240-minute chart likely will. So this is suggesting we take a look at those intraday charts that Bitcoin should continue to rally. Let's see how it deals with that 64,601 area. Jack, if it could close above that, we could easily be looking at 66,180 to 67,460. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We're going to take a look at XYL for Jimmy inside the Tigers den. We get back from this break.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of Basil's educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at the stock chart here for Xylem. XYL is a ticker symbol out there. We can see on a daily basis right now, it's trying to take out the resistance level of the top of its daily profile. But above that is another resistance. It's the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, TD9 count top that formed out here, Jimmy, on the trading day of March the 4th. That high is your key level of resistance, 128.58. You get a close above that, you'll see it move up towards the 129.41 level, 129.64. You get a close above that green oscillator and change line, you're off to the races to the upside. Now, the weekly time frame also has resistance at that same level, 128.58. That is the top of the weekly profile. So closing above that on Friday would be a positive outcome. However, you close above it on Friday, you're going to generate bar number 8 of a TD9 count. That says a top could form between then this week and the next 2 weeks out there. Monthly chart looks very bullish, suggests to me that it wants to move higher. I see an A to B equals CD pattern. The B point out here, which is also labeled Wave B out here at volume of 39 million shares. Last month it was passed with so it's passed with light volume, but doesn't matter. 10 million shares lighter. You're trading above last month's high. This suggestion wants to rally higher. So what you're dealing with out there is the level of March the 4th at 128.58. Your question was where to put a stop. The average daily price movement, the 10-day average true range of this instrument is $2.07. I would have my stop. I would multiply 2.07 times 1.272 or 1.618, and that's where I would go ahead and place my stop. But I don't know how long you've been holding this. If you've been holding this for a long time, then really the stop, and you're looking to stay in this, and I'd have to say the stop would have to be below 123.73. That is its last breakout level. If we pull this back, well, you know what? I want to get to your other instrument out there. So let me do this. I'm going to go over and take a look at your next request because we just have about 15, 20 seconds or so, and that was for WMS. WMS is kind of doing the same type of thing. It's dealing with the resistance at 168.44. That's at Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. If you can close above that, now that did volume of about 371,000 shares. So far, you've done 193. So price moving into that with volume. Again, hey, the average true range on this was $4.36. Same kind of a thing with regard to your stop out there. The weekly profile, that's at the 168.44 level out there. So I hope that helped you out. Folks, as always, thanks so much for all the requests out there, sticking with me, and we'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned for all the great programming. Take care and have a terrific Tuesday.